Welcome back to Astrology Experts YouTube. In this channel, we hope to bring you clarity and be the bridge to the answers you're seeking from the universe. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do so. Come join our growing family as we evolve our spirituality while on this human experience. Together, we share the same love for astrology, numerology, angel numbers, and zodiacs. For today's video, you'll be learning about zodiac compatibility, so get your coffee or tea ready and sit with us till the end of this video. Virgo and Scorpio compatibility. Ruled by Mercury, the planet of information, communication, and technology, Virgos are intelligent and analytical. They usually feel that they understand everyone's quirks and complexities, from their deepest fears to their coping mechanisms to the way they like their eggs in the morning. However, when Virgo meets Scorpio, all bets are off, as are all the careful rules and philosophies about human nature that Virgo relies on to understand people. Virgo understands people on a cerebral level, but Scorpio is an emotional enigma. He doesn't operate by anyone's rules but his own. He is too independent to heed others' advice about how he should be living his life, even if the other person is right, as Virgo often is. Emotions and values. Both Virgos and Scorpios tend to repress their feelings, and their slowness to trust means that this relationship's sustainability is put to the test over time. Neither is an idealist, and both are negative feminine night forces. Pluto is directly associated with the unseen forces of the universe, the dark side of the human experience, and the cycle of death and rebirth. Their emotional strength has often been tested by painful early childhood experiences. To be fair, some of the secrecy they shroud themselves stems from an innate knowledge that their capacity to love is complete. They know that the more they open up, the more deeply their hearts may break, perhaps too deeply to be healed in the space of one lifetime. Virgo usually prefers not to pry this far into his own emotional depth. He views it as impractical to do so, since he's all too aware that humans are too inherently flawed to sustain intense relationships. He keeps a part of himself at a certain emotional distance, and he's usually content to never fully abandon himself to love. This may change upon meeting Scorpio. Scorpio keeps a part of himself hidden too, but is not really happy without the capacity to pursue a complete empathy and love without restraint. Compatibility rating 5 out of 10. Friendships. A down-to-earth character, the Virgin has a healthy respect for Scorpio's discernment and analytical intelligence. Although she may sense that her Pluto-ruled friend is holding something powerful back, she is too gentle to probe aggressively into someone's secrets. Virgos respect and prefer privacy. Scorpios feel the same way. It takes them both a long time to trust, but when they do, these two often remain loyal and supportive friends throughout life. Compatibility rating 7 out of 10. Relationships. Because Scorpios are as cautious and discerning as Virgos are, the Virgins put trust and value into their perspectives, however different their life experiences may be. If one can be emotionally practical, Virgo is. He prefers to take measures of all situations with as much calculating precision as possible, so he knows that Scorpio reacts emotionally to criticism. He knows Scorpio, who is an emotional water sign, takes it personally. Perhaps most importantly, he knows that it's impossible to change someone. If human beings change at all, they have to come to such growth on their own. And while some Virgos project their own insecurities onto a lover, attempting to mold her into his image of perfection, most are endowed with gentleness, patience, and unobtrusively supportive. Their honesty and integrity is admirable. If either person makes a genuine emotional connection with someone outside their relationship, they will tell the other person in as gentle and caring a manner as possible. However, if the indiscretion was a mere mistake, the other partner may never know. These two believe in honesty insofar as it doesn't hurt others, and they can both be very private. Fortunately, if one or both partners fall out of love or develops affection for someone new, it usually happens before marriage. Compatibility rating 5 out of 10. Marriage. Both Virgos and Scorpios tend to vanish into thin air when deeply hurt or disillusioned. So if they fall in love and allow sufficient time for each other to prove themselves and be worthy of trust, they will usually choose the ultimate form of commitment. For many Virgins and Scorpions, the tradition of marriage is symbolically important. For Virgo, it signifies that they will love with unselfish devotion and receive the same sort of love in return. For Scorpio, it means total emotional commitment. Building a life with Scorpio will test Virgo's adherence to perfection as the standard for quality of life. Scorpio is unapologetically herself. Once she trusts a lover, she demands to be loved completely for who she is. Brooding silences, occasional bursts of temper, and all. Loving a person who is so authentically himself or herself is a transformative learning experience for Virgo who tries to avoid messiness at all costs. If he is emotionally open to the lessons Scorpio has to teach and will learn to embrace the beauty of imperfection in himself and others, he will learn to relate tenderly to his flaws and vulnerabilities instead of trying to conquer them with rigid logic. Compatibility rating 6 out of 10. Communication. Achieving emotional openness and transparency is a real challenge for this couple. However, when it happens over time, their devotion is complete. This doesn't preclude the many emotional misunderstandings. The main reason for such conflicts lies in their own basic natures. Instincts and emotion drive Scorpio through life. Despite his wisdom and intelligence, he lives mostly in his heart. Virgo is his opposite in this respect. He or she lives in the mind. If Virgo has divorced his head from his heart, relating totally from logic, rather instinct and emotion, Scorpio will drown in loneliness for a long time, and then she will leave. Virgo must make an effort to be more emotionally expressive, affectionate, and demonstrative of his love. Scorpio should try not to subject the Virgin's delicate constitutions to too much intensity or wildly swinging moods if it can be helped at all. Compatibility rating 3 out of 10. Sex and intimacy. This part of their relationship is as nuanced and complex as every other part, or maybe even more so. The Scorpio sexuality is often divided into two yearnings. The first is to experience a transcendental union with a partner, and the other is to satisfy their kinkier, erotic desires, even those that they may be considered dark to souls less driven to experience the full spectrum of the human experience. Although Virgos may be so shy and reserved, as if to seem like true virgins, they're actually skilled and accomplished lovers. To Scorpio, Virgo seems a wholesome, earthy being, pure in every sense of the word and gently shrouded in mystery. Indeed, they may be an air of virgin about him or her, but Virgo's earthy sensuality gives Scorpio something tangible to hold on to, both physically and emotionally. Although Virgo may not readily abandon herself to love and passion, always holding a part of herself back, she nearly makes up for it with her imagination. Scorpio smolder with intense erotic urges that Virgos eagerly satisfy. Virgo's creativity is most evident in her words and sexuality. Scorpio longs to experience the full spectrum of the human sexual experience. However, he or she defines it. He responds passionately to Virgo's sensitivity and nuanced love-making style. For both, every sigh, gesture, or desire has a meaning or inspires a fantasy. Compatibility rating 6 out of 10. Virgo-Scorpio Compatibility Pros. They respect each other's cautionary and discriminate natures. Also, they both trust each other more easily than they do others. Scorpio has the potential to help Virgo relate to his own imperfections and hers, with empathy rather than decision. This can be a transformative lesson in Virgo's life if he is open to it. Virgo is a stabilizing influence in Scorpio's life, which is fraught with extremes. Virgo-Scorpio Compatibility Cons. Communication is a true challenge for them. Scorpio lives in his emotional depth and Virgo tries to stay on the surface, valuing thoughts more than feelings. Their sexual natures are more erotically compatible than emotionally. Virgo is steeped in the intangible. Virgo only trusts things he can see with his eyes, touch with his hands, and measure with his scientific mind. Summary of Virgo and Scorpio. This relationship doesn't end in disappointment before it truly begins. It yields much important growth on both sides. It's especially true for Virgo that it can be a transcendental experience that makes him more whole as a person. Virgos and Scorpios are cautious enough about their own vulnerabilities to hold off on commitment until they're sure. They both take their friendships and relationships very seriously. They're usually not ones for frivolous, superficial bonds that don't enrich their lives in the long run. Or if they do enjoy momentarily thrills, a part of them is still holding out emotionally for the one. The relationship between them is complicated, but emanates a magic that others can't necessarily see, though can definitely feel. Scorpio is a master of all things intangible. The Scorpion helps Virgo see the bigger picture rather than just the details. When Virgo is open to such an experience, the relationship can help him live a more holistic life. In turn, Virgo adds some much needed stability in Scorpio's life. Overall compatibility rating, 6 out of 10. Thank you so much for riding with us till the end. If you've liked that, please give this video a thumbs up. And again, don't be shy. Click that subscribe and be a part of Astrology Experts community. Like most of us an astrology expert who love reading, you can come visit our website. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. See you on the next video!